did you say?
Episode 1 of the Sourdough Social Club.
Let's look up. Welcome to episode 13 in the Lorette podcast. I'm here with your boy Jordan and your man Evan.
Hello.
Hello.
How we doing, boys?
I'm good. I actually feel really low down over on this couch over here. Because normally...
Because you're short as fuck.
That's one thing to do with it when your feet dangle.
When
you don't sit
your feet did dangle.
That is true. Oh, and the bench press. I know. No, you're right.
What the next?
I know.
What's been happening, boys?
Not much.
How we doing?
I've been away in a few weekends away. Went away for Father's Day. Was at a wedding. I'm scanned with it all. I just want to spend time at home now. They were good at the time, obviously, but I want to be home and
I
do
think
nothing.
that the idea of actually like doing stuff is better than the reality. Sometimes
Yeah.
total. My social battery gets drained like that.
I know. I find it quite good sometimes when I actually just get to sit and do nothing or be by myself. Katie thinks I'm a weirdo for wanting to be by myself every now and then.
I mean, you are a weirdo, but
Well, I know that is one thing, but I quite like being by myself every now and then.
Love it.
Do you know what I mean? It's part of, I don't know, my recharging process, I guess.
Me and all the voices. We just sit and we have a conversation, and it's all right.
some of my best days is a day myself.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the West End, I'll just kick a bit.
Aye,
I've not done it for years,
just
enough,
thought a
but
bit. I went to London last September. In fact, it was when Katie was heavily pregnant and also in hospital at the time because she was unwell.
Your pregnant
I thought,
girlfriend
fuck it, I'm going to go
in
away.
the hospital,
Yeah.
and you went to London. Okay,
fuck
continue.
it, I'm going to go a wee Joe.
Because I need a break.
Katie, this is a bit much.
I'm knackered, right? I need. No, it was for the IFS.
Yeah.
I'd already pre-booked it. You know what I mean?
Aye.
And so when I went to London, just stayed in a nice cool place in Chelsea. Was going to and from the event, going out for food. I loved it. Just
That's
stoating about
great.
and just kind of being with whatever's about. Yeah, I thought it was.
I honestly think, going on holiday yourself, going away and doing things should be normalised.
Yeah.
It's not weird.
I think my
No.
grand's going to do it actually. She's going to do a wee solos trip
that.
somewhere, a wee holiday herself. I thought that's absolutely class.
That's amazing.
I know.
So independent. Now, anytime I've been to like Ibiza in groups of people, and I'd be the first one up in the morning, and I'd be like, I'm going to go a walk. And I'd walk into the kind of ocean and all that, go get myself a protein shake. I kick about for like 4 hours for
You
it
done
to
that
get
when
up.
we went to Budapest. It just disappeared
Aye,
for
I
the whole
love it.
day.
Really?
Oh, I love it. I love nothing better than being myself. And I feel like I never really get the chance anymore.
I know.
Like, my flat's not exactly, it's a 1-bedroom flat now, so I sometimes sit around like Sarah, Tilly, and I'll be like, I could just book into a Holiday Inn, man. Just have a wee night myself. This is genuinely the kind of shit I like. Just have a wee night, man. Just kick
Probably
back.
a
Don't
wee-
really need to.
Those pillows at the Premier Inn are nice, aren't they?
Aye. You know? Oh, they are.
I don't know.
The beds, the mattresses are great.
How's training going?
Training's going good. Well, I fucked my back on holiday actually. I done a
Making a brother or sister for Hattie?
no, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. I tried to do a black flip.
Technically succeeded.
Technically,
There you
that's
go.
what it is. No, a backflip into the pool. I executed it well, but I just fucked my back in the process. I was
Oh,
like sitting
dear.
at the edge of the pool. So that's slowly but surely getting better, actually. But that's because I've done something different that I never used to do when I got injured, and I actually did something about it. Like I went and seen a professional who like
Good man.
ironed me out. I've been doing my stretching, been doing my rehab, and then yesterday, even though I was at a wedding on the Sunday, training yesterday felt decent because my back was actually in a good place from all the shit I have been doing, rather than just like waiting. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people like wait that shit out, and it's like if you don't use it, you lose it. Sort of thing.
Just see the amount of like conversations I have with clients,
Uh-huh.
and I cut off my hamstring or this. Now, what should I do about it? I'm like, go to a physio.
Yes.
Not a physio. Go to a physio.
Yeah, 100%.
If something's wrong with your teeth, did you go to your PT? No, it's physio.
No, 100%. I couldn't agree more. And it's actually maybe the second time outside physios at rugby and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like it's the second time I've actually outsourced a professional, which is mad because that's almost what we are in a way to other people. They come to us for their fitness, but then if we get hurt, sometimes we don't go to physios when we're hurt. It's like a weird but we should, and it should be something that we should do. And shout out my physio, Lorna.
Yeah.
Flex.
I was seeing
Lorna.
Shona. What was the name of the shop? I'll come back to me. And
Her show,
she had a baby, so she became pregnant, had a baby, which
dare
I
she?
think selfish because I was seeing it every month. And no,
Ridiculous.
but no, I felt I need it back in my life. Like I was
Yeah.
I went regularly, and then it was like every 4 weeks, just a wee kind of once over, felt brilliant.
I'm
Don't
going
feel as good without it.
I'm going every 2 weeks. Trying to get myself, but not so because I'm now injured, but it's more so to prevent them as well from moving
Mhm.
forward.
Oh,
It's a bit of
100%.
self-care too. Do you know what I
Need it,
mean?
Especially when you're putting yourself through it,
Aye,
like
defo.
5 days a week.
Especially when I'm training hard. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
I'm like,
Hey,
hey,
I put a graft in. Mate.
I'm only joking. What's the talking points today? What are we
We-
actually going to talk about?
We're gonna my brain.
Blah, blah, blah,
Brain
blah, blah.
bad. Brain bad. Shit that's happening. And I think there's obviously a lot of stuff going on in the world just now. So we don't want this to be too deep today, but America just now
It's a little bit fucked, isn't
is
it?
fucked.
I know.
It's-
I know.
It's literally turning into
Aye.
Handmaid's
It's like
Tale.
a bad
Oh
movie.
yeah,
It's like a
yeah,
bad
yeah,
movie.
aye, that's a good shout actually.
So what is that?
What, the Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah.
Or America.
Or the thing going
Is
on
that a
in
book? Is
America?
that a
No,
movie?
it's like
It
it was
was
a TV
it
show.
was a book and then it was a TV show.
Oh, was it? Right,
But
right.
basically, it's like how can you even describe it? Like a fictional future in where like women's rights are totally removed from women. Obviously,
Is it not only a handful of them can get pregnant as well, so that they keep those ones, the ones that
Yeah.
can only get pregnant, and then
the other ones are like porters and all
Yeah.
this sort
Mad.
of stuff. And so it's really funny. It's the thing is, it's not that far fetched that it's totally unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? Obviously it is, but
Mhm.
it's like you can kind of see America going that way. Like,
yeah, but the way
Is
things are
this
headed.
not just a lot to do with the fact that America's like the religion aspect of America is so heavy? So there's a lot of these
Yes,
people making these
Oh, totally.
decisions based off of like their religious beliefs,
I th-
and it's getting kind of put out there into the kind of political
I
side
think
of things. I
that's-
don't know.
I think that's certainly something to do a part of it. Another argument that I've seen on the interwebs is they're talking about like what about the baby's rights? Like
Mhm.
so that if there was a baby
Oh,
getting
right.
aborted or whatever, what about the baby's rights? But then it's like, well, that baby's actually not even formed yet. It's
Yeah.
still in an embryo at that point, isn't it? It's just an egg or whatever. So it's like, but people are arguing for those babies' rights, and I don't agree with what these.
I just think
fucking
it's
idiots are
mad
doing.
because like the circumstances for people
Uh-huh.
and the fact that they can just be like, it doesn't matter.
yeah, so it's
It's mad.
in itself, it's such a polarizing topic. It's totally, there's people, and it's obviously from their beliefs and biases that you believe one way or the other way. But for anyone that's maybe not totally clued up on what's happening, is basically they've overturned. Is it Roe v. Wade
Don't know.
in America? So basically, it was a case or whatever back in the day that protected women's rights to abortion. As you go, you're making a Google.
I'm Google searching before we butcher
Look at
any of
you,
this shit. But
so-
yeah, it's Roe v. Wade. You're correct.
And it's now they've basically kind of overturned that ruling, and it's going to affect hundreds of thousands of millions of women in America and stuff.
Well, I seen a story where it came into effect like almost immediately, and then at 11:30, so it came into effect at like midnight, 11:30. This woman came in, and Katie was telling me the story. But there's a type of pregnancy where if the egg goes in the wrong tube,
Ectopic.
ectopic. Thank you, Evan.
Oh, I'm on it.
Shout out, Evan.
Shout out,
The
Evan.
brains. Ectopic pregnancy. It can be very, very detrimental to life threatening.
I would say that's detrimental.
Yeah,
That that could be a bit of a problem.
that class is detrimental, and so essentially they had to try and abort the baby to save the mum, but then essentially the woman nearly died because the doctors and the lawyers were discussing about where this lies in this kind of grey area, and because of what's going on, this woman nearly lost her life because lawyers had to get involved, which I just think is fucking
Insane.
bonkers. I don't get it. I don't understand.
It's,
It just feels like a massive step back, doesn't it?
It does.
Rather
It
than
just kind of feels like, okay, right, remember when we says you get rights? Well, actually, we just
I
bammed you
know.
up.
aye.
That's what it kind of feels like it's gone like. It just feels like your people's rights, especially in America, are just becoming less and less and less and less. And it's
I totally.
like how long and how long does it take before? Because typically you see things happen in America and it's no long before the
Aye.
UK get and the rest of the world gets affected by it. So
It's just mental that it's like that a woman's body is more regulated than like a gun.
That's
it-
very, very
like,
true.
Think about that for a second,
I know.
right? Like maybe, and this is horrible. Maybe somebody's been like, raped or whatever's happened, right? They'll need to carry that baby to term,
Mhm.
right? And that's all red tape and all this
Yep.
sort of shit. But you could literally walk into like what's essentially
Guns
a
for you.
Costco in America and get an assault rifle.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Obviously, maybe not that easy, but
No, I think it near enough is.
It probably
and
is.
it just so happens to be
My
the
shopping.
state. No, the,
shopping
just,
list, aye.
it just so happens to be the states in which
Sorry,
it's
gotta say
easily attainable to get a gun happen to also be the states where they are banning abortion. Do you know what I mean?
It's all. I think a lot of the issue, and the thing with America, and obviously we're no experts or whatever on America in itself, and it's the land of the free. It's not anymore, but it's the southern states generally tend to be more kind of God fearing, and
Yeah.
the NRA, the National Rifles Association, and all that sort of stuff, and it's all like complicated as hell.
So how many states do we know?
So I've got, there's a wee list here. You got Idaho, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Alabama, Mississippi,
Mississippi.
Miss-
This is a pie.
and then there's a few states that are likely to ban it within the coming months: Utah, Iowa, India. Basically, but there's a few states in which they've said that they're going to.
safe
There's a few that are
havens.
uncertain,
I
and
think,
then there's a
I think California.
yeah. So you got California, Nevada, Oregon.
So my question is, how
Washington.
much actually, like, how much say does a president have?
This is a good point because obviously all
Is
these
he not
states
the
are governed
president
by
of
themselves.
America?
Yeah.
Well, like,
So-
okay, well, what kind of
It-
power
so-
do you have? Here? What
so
control do you have?
I'm
here?
not
Surely he'll need to pass
massively
every single
clued
bill
up.
that,
No,
or someone for him
it's
will.
Congress that do it, and that there's two. There's like essentially, you know how we've got like the House of Commons and the House of Lords. I think there's two in America as well, and it's like the fucking something Congress and something else. And basically, like, the Conservatives or whatever it is over there pass the bill by majority. So essentially, I think if anything, is it Biden now? It's not
Yeah.
Trump. Would have
Biden.
like a vote, one vote or whatever. I think I'm not
Oh,
100%. I'm not
yeah,
100%
God.
sure on it.
Have you seen the videos of Biden on TikTok? Or
Falling-
just anywhere, for
just, like,
example?
falling over
Well,
and
now,
shit.
now that we're talking about TikTok,
Now that we're-
guys, I now have a TikTok. I'm a
What have you
bit-
got to say to Joe Biden?
Big announcement here. Evan
bit of
has
a
the
big deal.
TikTok.
You know, I'm famous. But continue, Biden.
Have you seen some of the videos on him? He just the man can't string a sentence together.
Yeah.
So no wonder things are starting to take a bit of a backwards fucking step.
Remember that?
old as hell. I
Mate.
don't understand. Right, so see in America particularly, why is it always old as fuck men
Mhm.
that are leading the country?
Yeah.
They've had longer to
Apart from maybe
gain power and
Obama.
influence, haven't they?
Yeah.
and maybe a couple other ones. I can't remember. George Washington. I don't know.
I don't know.
Abraham Lincoln. But like, why is it not like? See the Canadian president or prime minister Justin
Trudeau.
Trudeau. I think there was something controversial with him, but I'm going to say he's a good guy. I might be wrong in that.
I think he's a bit.
Maybe
What's all the COVID things that were happening over there?
can't
I think
remember.
he was a
But
bit
from my
authoritarian vibes.
extensive knowledge of Canadian politics, I think he was all right. Question mark. And but anyway, young guy, whatever. And it's just these old.
It's just, you know, because like the older you get, the wiser you get. Is that no?
Well, here's the thing, right? We don't have
Just
the
didn't
we
happen
don't
to
have
Joe
the
Biden.
tinfoil hat, unfortunately, today.
No.
But do you think the guys like Trump and the guys like Biden are actually the ones that are in power? Is he actually the ones making the decisions?
Are you saying it's the Illuminati? Because the answer's yes.
Because like you've seen the videos of him, right? Pull up a video of him doing something, right? The man can't string a sentence together. So how is he meant to lead a country in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Aye.
I think not all. I think not always. So I think it depends who it is.
Well, the thing is, the defos, there's like
Like I can't see Trump, for
Shit going
example,
on.
being
the global conglomerates. Good word.
Good word, I like it. Good
Will
word.
be in his ear. Do you know what I mean? Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Big Pharma. All
Just
these
saying
things.
words.
Where's that hat?
Where's that tinfoil hat? I know we'll need to actually we will need to do volume 2,
We will.
especially with all the shit that's going on just now.
Oh,
We'll need to do a bit of volume 2. But you've not only got shit like that happening there now, but definitely approaching a recession. Definitely. Like with
Ridiculous.
the cost of fuel, the cost of living. I think that was one of the
That
things
was
we wanted
that
to
is
talk
the
about.
next point.
Is it?
Anyway, so me and Amanda share a 1.2 litre Fiesta,
Mhm.
right? 70 like £3 to fill it up.
Yeah.
73 pounds.
Yeah.
British pounds, 73 of them, right?
Do you know 47% of that is going to the government?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
so how much?
See,
wait,
it's
the
like
amount
half of that is fuel duty and then half of it's VAT.
aye, how much they could actually help to reduce the reduce the
Did they not
kinda
say
negative impact.
Was it, I'm just saying a politician's name, Richie Sunak. Did they not say that they're doing something like that,
What?
or like kind of reduce full duty?
I think
or
there's
whatever it is?
there's talk about it, but I don't know if it's actually happening.
It's just another way for them to shaft you. Do you know what I mean? Like that's all it is. But again, these things come in cycles, and it's all that's what economics is. It's like things will fucking it gets to the bubbling point, it'll all bust, they'll all start printing money again, then everybody's got money to spend again, and then it's everything becomes all cheap, and then it's just like cycles and cycles and cycles, and it just kind of keeps uptrending. That's
all
just,
comes back to greed. Like it's that. Think
Aye.
about it. See,
I
back
thought
in
you said breed there.
no, back in like
Collies and that.
No.
Like,
back in the 1800s, there was like a dentist who got greedy, right, and upped the prices, his dental care, and then wee John owned
well, he knows
wee-
because he was
wee
alive
John,
back
aye,
then.
I was alive, and then wee John opened the shop, who had a shop. I need to afford my dental care, so then he upped his prices. Then wee Sally, who shops in the shop, was like, I need to pay more to get that now, and that's just what happened. It just
it's like
snowballed.
A History of the World by Daniel
That is
Holland.
technically what happened in a way. It was wee John.
But-
that
Mate, what are you talking about? Can we just pause for a second? What the fuck are you on
I
about?
could
I'm
actually
talking
see
about how the
I could
cost
actually
of-
see
how-
the wee
how-
monkey in his house in his head like that.
No, I just seen the amount of viewers and listeners that
trying
were
to make
starting to
it-
drop off, and you
No,
were just
Jordan,
chatting
it's
shit
for
there.
you, right? I'm trying to make it like
He's simplifying
simplifying it for you so you understand
Dum dum.
what happened.
Dum
Basically.
dum.
Aye.
Dum dum.
Everybody else listening, going right. This is
But
for Jordan.
It's totally because the thing is as well, like unfortunately, our industry is seen as not a. It's not. I'm having a Danny moment. Like it's not a leisure. What's the word I'm looking for? It's something that's a luxury. Producer Paul.
Shout
thank
out
you.
Producer
Shout out
Paul with
Producer
a
Paul,
luxury.
a luxury. And the first thing that goes when people start feeling the pinch and all that with kind of life, fair enough, is that they're PT or something else like that. But one of the things, or one of the kind of frames that I've kind of came across or whatever, is that one of the reasons that people are obviously you can't just generate more money if you're in a salary job or whatever, but it's because a lot of the times people are still trying to afford all the things that don't really serve them. Do you know what I mean? So if I've got no money this week or whatever, but it's still because you're trying to go out twice a week. You're still trying to have takeaways every single week. You're still, I mean, a wee bag, depending who you are, right?
Depending on who you
drug
are.
dealers need to put their
Exactly.
prices up as well.
Absolutely.
And it all comes back to just the power of saying no. Because guess what? You don't need to do all these things.
That's
like,
true.
But I need to go. Why? Because she came at my birthday. She's not going to wake up in the morning and think, why did she not come to my birthday last night? She's going to forget who was there.
She
like-
might. She might. She might.
Well, then you need to get new drinking buddies. Because that's all they
But
are.
this is the thing. It's that people are just generally trying to keep up with not
Keep up with
everybody,
the
but a lot of
Joneses,
time.
man.
COVID showed, didn't it? COVID showed, and everyone was shitting themselves, and like people, all three of us were without like a job, and it was all like, well, what the fuck's going to happen? And then it goes to show that, like, what if you provide enough value to people, they'll find it worthwhile being with you, right? So what I mean by that is that if you're just if you're a run of the mill PT and you're just like that, right? Okay, here's your training plan, here's your diet plan. I'll see you next week, and then there's people won't get a lot of value from that, or they won't see long standing value in that. But if you're able to provide someone with support, with resources, with education, with enough things that are going to be able that they see value in, then they're gonna make sure that they pay for that, rather than just being like, that's the first thing that I'm gonna like part with. Do you know what I mean?
And I think as well, like more than ever, we're in our clients' corners. Anybody that's on our programs, we're in a corner. Do you know what I mean? We're that person for them. I think probably now more than ever, you need that person in your corner without a question of doubt that is maybe just out of your circle and is that kind of different person where you can open up about and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know you guys are the same, but as you said, it's more than just a one-to-one PT. You are there for people to open up about and talk about and help through life. And
And what kind of the potential clients and everybody out there and whatever, and if you're paying for a coach, or I'm looking at that camera, but is that one I should be looking at? And looking straight at Jordan.
You can look at me.
But you're not paying for, well, it depends, obviously program to program, but you're not paying for like nutrition, you're not paying for a training plan, you're not paying for check-ins, you're not paying for a Facebook group, whatever. You're paying for the coach's level of thinking and level of awareness that you currently don't have to get you to where you want to be. That's what you're paying for, right? So think about the amount of money that you've spent over the past 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, 10 years, whatever, doing shit that doesn't really work. Then when you invest in a good solid plan, even if that plan over a 6-month period costs you $1.50, say,
Mhm.
right, that 6 months you'll get more results than you have in the past 6 years.
Mhm.
So it's an absolute no-brainer. It's not a cost.
Well, what you're doing is you're paying for someone else's mistakes. So in a
Totally.
way, so like there's the same way that we look at things for business, right? So
Mhm.
for example, like I'm trying to do like a Facebook ads thing just now. So instead of trying to figure it out myself, I just went to somebody that is fucking really good at Facebook ads. How do you do this? He's now teaching me how to do it, and that way I've
You
bought my
kept
way.
that quiet.
Yeah, I bought. No, I've told you about it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Aye, I told him about it.
You'll help.
On,
I
on the,
told
on
him
the
I-
marathon.
This is
No,
when we, this is
no.
when we went to the office. Remember? The
Yeah,
times
remember.
the two Evan
So
had
all the
been
times
there
we
and-
went to the Brewdog
Aye.
office that you just decided not to
Shout
come with.
out Brewdog
Shout out
merchandise, by the
Brewdog.
way.
Yeah, £7 free coffee. We have been
So,
rinsed.
see if
They're
you-
going to stop that at one point
Aye.
because we're taking
Oh,
the piss
and the
out of that
coffees
much.
are great. Shout out Brewdog
But
Coffee.
aye,
Right,
we'll talk about it after. We're
After
going
the
there
thing.
after. Right, we're going there
so
after.
question, John. So how long? See if you didn't reach out to that guy for the
Mhm.
help. How long would that have took you?
Fuck, I don't fucking know.
Would you even have maybe
Ages.
done it?
I probably know.
Would that
'cause
have been?
even-
Would that have been done right? Maybe. Probably
it
not.
wouldn't have been done right first time. It might have I fucked up. And even though I have got that thing, right, that accountability, the same way that a client would buy PT from us, I've bought a service from someone else. Like I'm still like, oh, not keeping up to date with it every now and then. And they're like, well, have you done this? Have you done that? I've got Katie on my back as well. Have you done this? Have you done that? And for me, that's my version of accountability that I needed. Whereas
Yeah.
some people need that in their fitness. I needed that with my business sort of thing. And you're paying for all the mistakes that person's made. They've mapped out a blueprint. They've
Yeah.
took all the fluff and they've just went, right, here's A to B, how you do this thing. That person's doing that in a service-based business. We're doing the exact same for our clients in,
Yeah.
in the same
Mhm.
way. And it's like all the mistakes that I made on bodybuilding.com, on fucking,
T-Nation.
intermittent fasting, on fucking all these mad things that I used to try when I was younger to try and get the best results. I've went through all that. So like the type of person that I serve is me. Someone asked me this, is like, well, it's all your kind of your avatar client, and this is the thing that's, you need to speak to your niche. Like my niche and my avatar client is so easy for me to speak to because it's me 5-6 years ago.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? It's someone who's been to the gym but is now like, well, what is going on? What do I really need to do here in order to kind of make gains? And then that's why it's easy for me to talk to that person because it was just me 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's funny, we were talking about that because one of the questions that we're going to do in another episode of Q&A, but one of the questions I got asked was, why do I train women?
Mm.
And it's because men are trash.
Evan, the feminist. It's funny, he starts the podcast with like the anti-abortion stuff, and then he's like, men are trash. I see you, Evan, I see you.
You see me?
He's talking to his target audience really well, isn't he?
I know, I'm going to be inundated with DMs and stuff. Just come with me, girls. It's all
But why do you?
I've actually just honestly, it was by accident because I come from a sports science background and I thought, right, I'm going to change rugby players' lives and guys and all that. And I actually just found over time that I vibe with women much better than men. I serve them as a
I
population
bet you do.
much because you know what? Much better than I ever have done with guys.
Yeah.
The amount of guys that I've trained that I've had friction with because their values and my values are kind of slightly different.
Mhm.
And the type of coaching that I do, because it is quite transformational in terms of mindset, kind of belief systems, like kind of eating in, because obviously my own kind of struggles with emotional eating and all that as well, all these other things, I can probably resonate with a lot of women better than I ever could with guys. And that's why I train women. I do. There are still some guys in the program because I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, so, and it's friends or people from rugby and stuff, and I can still serve that population, but mostly it's 90% women in my program.
So you still do
Yeah.
men?
I still do men.
Yeah,
I've seen you do
I was
that.
just double checking that.
Yep.
Aye.
Right, okay. I was asking for a friend.
Right, so we're now going to get into,
A bit of lightheartedness.
yes,
What's the lightheartedness?
we're going to do dad jokes.
You should, mate.
should,
You shouldn't
John.
even need
I
to.
thought we were doing that the next episode.
You're a Dana, you should just be
Is that happening now?
right out of them.
So what's the straight
So
faced?
I'm going to tell you
Out-
something.
outline the rules
so I'm gonna,
first.
yeah, we're going to tell you how we're going to do it, guys. So we're going to do, so for example, I get my dad joke. I get to say it. Now, if Jordan, Evan, or Paul
I'm
laugh,
laughing already,
laugh,
man.
right? If any of them laugh, then I get a point.
Okay.
Right, so I get a point per person that laughs, and it's the same with anybody. So you get a point per person that laughs.
Okay.
Right, the person with the most points after we've all said 3 jokes each wins.
Imagine if we all read them off the same website though.
I know.
You need to use a website.
See, to be fair, like I said this and said, I was like, you say dad jokes 24/7 just off the cuff, and I'm like, I can't remember them though because
I've got this. He's a fucking brilliant man.
Right,
I'm
let's-
actually
let's-
laughing
let's
already.
relatively quick.
Yeah, okay. Aye. Right,
Right.
who's starting?
Danny Jordan Evan. Go.
Danny Jordan Evans, so that's me. 2 goldfish and in a tank. What did one say to the other?
I don't know.
Do you know how to drive this thing?
Good. That
It was a good joke.
was good. Is it my turn?
Danny Jordan Evan.
Hard crowd.
How
You
does
laugh, Paul?
He's shaking his head.
how does a moon cut his hair?
I don't know.
How does the man cut his hair?
He clips it.
Producer Paul.
Paul.
Stop laughing. Stop funny.
Okay, guys.
We need to make up.
Right.
We need to make up producer Paul.
2 guys walked into a bar. Third guy ducked. That's it.
The first part that was better.
I couldn't,
Well, actually,
I couldn't stop myself.
and
Did I
so
get
was
a
it-
point for me laughing?
Okay. Why doesn't James Bond fart in bed?
I don't know.
He'd blow his cover.
It's quite good, Danny.
Yeah, that's a good joke.
It's quite good.
Paul's laughing.
I'm afraid of the calendar
Why?
because his days are numbered.
Nothing.
I like that.
Like that. No,
Okay.
no, he didn't even touch the sides.
No.
That was a good joke.
I lost my job at the bank on the first day. A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over.
That's a good joke.
Is that 2 points, Paul John?
Nah, I think so. I
Yeah,
think so.
Went to McDonald's the other day and ordered 2 large fries. The bastards gave me loads of tiny ones.
It's quite good, that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Cheers, Paul.
I don't trust those trees.
Why?
Kind of shady.
Okay. That's good.
For being the only dad here.
You're not liking them?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Is it me?
You've done this and it's me.
Sure.
You've done 3?
Sure.
It's me.
Oh.
What do vegetarian zombies eat? Grains. Nothing.
Grains.
That's us. We've done 3.
Do one more.
I'll get one more.
I've not got any more. I've a look at stuff about abortions in America, and that's not funny. That's actually
No.
really sad.
How
There's no
Yeah,
points
one-
for this.
one more.
You can just say this one if you want.
how did the hamburger introduce his girlfriend?
I don't know.
Meat patty.
That's actually alright. Excellent. We round that up.
Dear
Yeah.
math.
Oh, are you going again?
Dear math.
Dear math.
Do you not have another one, boys?
No, you done 3.
That was 4. Wasn't it?
Dear math.
Aye, you done 4, but it was 3 we
Sorry.
needed.
Grow up and solve your own problems.
Wow. And on that note, this was episode
So
1
who-
of the
who-
Sourdough
so who-
Social.
No, it wasn't.
So who won the joke?
I get the best laugh.
What was it? I can't even remember which one it was.
The
They were all
balanced one.
Yeah, so I pushed it over.
I get
That's fine.
Paul.
Paul every
Every-
time.
Paul after every single one of those. You're shit at us. Right. What else
We're
we
all,
talking
we're all
about?
winners.
I know we are all winners
That's
here. We'll wrap that one up.
Yeah, wrap
Yes.
that up.
Right, that was good. That was the.
Cheers
Oh no,
for-
wait, you cash is out. It's you. I'm used to doing it.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the No Rep Podcast. We appreciate you for listening. Subscribe, like, do the things. Shout us out on stories. if you like the
Oh,
episode.
Yeah, we just thought this
Oh
at the same. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, it's 2 days. T minus 2 days.
2 days until
Or well, when this goes out, maybe one day.
Maybe.
the
one.
biggest,
The biggest giveaway we have ever done.
in the world. Night
we
away
have-
at Blythewood Hotel.
Yep.
And maybe some other goodies. I don't know. I've not decided yet. But yeah, share the podcast, enter the competition, and we love you lots. Goodbye.
Ciao.
Peace.